The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Boy, do I have a story to tell. Just disclaimer, please forgive me for how I'm talking. It's very hard for me to talk because I had oral surgery today. And it was a pretty big surgery, so I'm kind of in pain. But let's talk about this. So this entire video, if you watch it entirely, is going to basically explain everything about what I'm about to summarize, okay? But I'm going to try to give a short summary of what the whole video is about, but in detail, it'll get into that later. Basically, I love the Power Rangers. I'm a huge fan of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, more so the OG original Power Rangers. And one video led to another. I made this Instagram. I was on Instagram Live. This was like well over a year ago, probably almost 2 years ago. I was on Instagram Live. And I had tuned into YouTube watching this guy with this YouTube channel. He's got a very large following, and he was live on YouTube, named Henry Resilient. And in my live video, I am pretty much defending the Power Rangers because I couldn't understand what he was talking about, because it sounded like he was being a bully. It sounded like he was talking shit about these actors that played the Power Rangers and stuff, which I respect and I love very much. They're my heroes. So, which I'll get into that later in the video. So anyway, I'm like, he's like, to me in my head, I'm like, he's talking shit. You know, I'm like, I'm trying to defend them. And my Instagram Live, as I'm talking on my live video, and as he's live on YouTube, we're both live. But he was on YouTube, I was on Instagram. And I'm just like, you know, why is he talking about? He better not be talking about, you know, so-and-so and stuff like that. Well, that video, my Instagram live video, went viral. I had no idea. This was well over a year ago. This whole time it's been viral. I had no clue. No clue. Totally forgot I even made the video. Until I finally downloaded this app, okay, that combines all of my social media messengers together, because I haven't been getting on Instagram as much as I do like Facebook or TikTok and whatnot. So I haven't been really getting any messages from people. So when I downloaded this app that combined all the messages, I was getting, you know, all these messages came in from like even further than over a year ago, like 2-3 years ago. I had no idea these people messaged me. I was like, oh my God. I got back to them. I'm like, I know it's like 2-3 years later. I'm so sorry for such a late reply. But so anyway, I see Henry Resilience message, and he was asking me to be a guest on his show. And it was due to this Instagram live video that I had no clue that I went viral with. And he ended up doing a video reaction to my Instagram video. And I'm like, you know, can you send me the link to the video? What are you talking about? You know? So he sends me the link of his reaction video. And it is so funny. You're going to see. I thought it was hilarious. I thought I was hilarious in it. And I thought his reaction to the video was hilarious. It was so funny. Oh my God. I was just trying to defend the Power Rangers. That's all I was trying to do, because I was confused. I didn't understand why he was talking the way he was talking about anybody, you know? So anyway, enjoy the video. It's filled with backstories of why I love the Power Rangers, and before I went into foster care, after foster care, while I was in foster care, and even, you know, in recent years, in the past whatever years up to now, like recently, you know, in the 2020s now, you know, of me actually meeting the real life Power Rangers. I met David Yost and Amy Jo Johnson. You know, I haven't met any of the other ones yet, but they've commented under my stuff before. Which my Instagram live video that went viral, Walter Emanuel Jones, who's the OG original Black Power Ranger who played Zack Taylor, who also in the most recent Netflix movie, Always and Forever, or Forever and Always, I forget, the new Power Rangers movie that's out on Netflix, okay, that came out like a year or so or two ago, whatever, that both David Yost and Walter Jones is in. They respectively play their original roles as the Blue and Black Ranger. And Anyhow, point is, back to the Instagram live and then having to do with Walter Jones, the OG Black Ranger who played Zack. Okay, he commented under my Instagram live that went viral that Henry Resilient made a viral video reaction video too. And then also included in this video is when I actually commented under one of David Yost's, the original Blue Power Ranger, Billy's. He did an Instagram live. This was probably 2 years ago or so, and I commented explaining a childhood thing that happened with me, which I'm not going to get too into it. Just watch the video. It details it in the video coming up. But I commented, and he saw my comment and he addressed it, and I was like, oh my God. So then I made another Instagram video, and I added that part of his Instagram live when he was talking to me on his Instagram live, answering my question, talking about my question and comment. And I added that to my Instagram video. And then David was commenting under the Instagram video that I made of his Instagram live. I know this sounds confusing, but but all that is in this video, whether it be my the video that went viral when I was trying to defend the Power Rangers, when I was confused what Henry Resilient was like talking about or whatever. And then I was a guest on his show just the other night, on his YouTube live or whatever. So that's on there. And then also I found the video of me addressing David Yost's Instagram live, where I'm like, oh my God, he guess what happened, David, addressed my comment, blah blah blah, and I made a video about it, and then David commented and stuff. So that's in there. And then I talk about all kinds of other stuff, whether it be foster care, custody, being bullied, all kinds of stuff. We can do a lot of stuff, me and Henry. So anyway, he's a very controversial person within the Power Ranger community. Not everybody likes him. People who are Power Ranger fans, let alone the actual Power Rangers. But he is very controversial. He's not evil though, but I mean, people have their opinions and they're entitled to their opinions, and it doesn't make them evil people, even if their opinions may suck or sound mean or whatever. But then again, people's past are people's past for a reason, and it doesn't mean you need to dig it up and shove it in people's faces. You know what I'm saying? It's meant for us to learn and grow and evolve and do better, right? So anyway, getting into the video, go ahead. Here we go. It's morphin' time. This dude right here is dissing these OG Power Rangers. This is Henry Resilient. Henry, Henry, space Resilient. Henry Resilient, or at Henry Resilient. But he's just, he's professional with his shit. Like, he speaks well, but he's just talking shit. Is dissing these OG Power Rangers. This is David Yost, and this is Walter Jones.
So we got a hate watcher over here, you know what I'm saying?
Walter Jones played Zack Taylor, the black OG Power Ranger, original Power Ranger. This is David Yost, the original Blue Power Ranger. And this dude is talking a bunch of about them and the original Red Power Ranger, which is Austin St. John.
Now, she is completely wrong. I was basically educating people that Zack, or Walter Emmanuel Jones, who played the Black Ranger, was asked a question, did he ever get into a fight? And he said, no, I'm the cool guy at the party. And I said, well, that's a lie. That's not true, because you got the hands put on you at Six Flags. And then after I did this, we went on to read it, but let's hear what she got to say. Let's let her cook.
And I'm not understanding this beef with Austin St. John and freaking Jason David Frank, which was Tommy the Green and White Ranger. Like, what the f is going on? Why are these people talking so much about, they're talking about people what is their fucking problem?
We wanted to give her flowers because at the time.
Let him cook. Now, this is the part where I actually gave Walter praise. And was like, yo, he answered that question pretty good for the kid who asked about the Yellow Ranger. But this is your common ASJ fan. It's like, this is your brain and this is your brain on steroids. You know what I'm saying? So she's hate watching me every night, and my man Ash got it. Yeah, I wonder she is a hate watching everyone right now. Yeah. Her ass is in the chat. But we got to let her cook.
Time when we lost her.
Well, I love all the Power Rangers,
Kids were really young, and
especially the original ones, because,
very difficult.
well,
Now,
go watch my
older, are there any
last
kids
live,
you're
but
like maybe you're not.
I gotta get off here in a minute. I'm making
What's good
chicken
is
wings.
now, if you don't
They're in the fryer.
understand, your parents can help.
Now, look, what you don't know is Walter is in the comments section, guys. He's in the comments section. He watched this video. He's probably watching me right now. He ninja watches. There's not a video clip up that they don't see. Like, these guys are so obsessed with me when I make these live streams. It's unreal. It's unreal. So what does he say? He sees me and then he says this shit right here. Look what he said. Look what he said. Hope the wings were yummy. Don't give that guy a platform. That's what he wants. Thanks for the love. Oh my God.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, he hates me too now, right? But he knows about me for probably various different ways. If he talks to ASJ, he know about me. He knew about me when I was covering JDF's death. But look at this. This gets a reply. Now, the interesting part is this how sensitive his ass is. He's probably, well, he added her. She did add him or whatever. But this goes to show just how fragile these guys' egos is, because he won't admit that he got beat up at Six Flags. And then I pointed out and he says like, hey, don't give that guy a platform. That's what he wants. Thanks for the love. Bruh, I created my own fucking platform because I don't want to go on anyone else's platform. So I created my own. That was the whole purpose of my channel, to create your own platform. So when I want to talk about people getting beat up at Six Flags or people accusing me of talking shit about them at cons, then I could do it. And I don't need them. So now what's happening is, because my platform is growing, because for some strange reason, having honest conversations about Power Rangers seems to be fucking so taboo that not too many people are willing to do it consistently. And not only am I having honest conversations, I'm bringing up court docs. I'm bringing up your lawsuit. I'm not saying shit. We're getting it all from the horse's mouth.
Hey guys, what's up? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm blessed and aware. Hope all things are going well with everybody. Listen, I just want to say this. I kind of was made aware of the conversation that was being had. You can't believe everything you hear. Get it straight from the horse's mouth. Don't get it from other people.
Well, you got to go to see Walter and ask him, did he take the 1,500? And if you don't like it, hey, tell me shut up. But you want to go on these fans people and say, hey, don't watch Henry when your ass is watching me. It's fucking, the hypocrisy is real. And I was rooting for your ass. I was rooting for you. I rooted for you. I did probably one of the best fucking tributes to your ass that you will ever get from any fucking fan online. And what did I get? What do I get for my thanks? You shit on me in person. You say I'm too small to come on my channel and all this other bullshit. But here you are telling people don't watch my platform, man. Now it's game. Now it's done for you. It's over for you. I have no love for you whatsoever. Any amount of love I had just from us both being black, even though I ain't black, that shit is gone. It's up for you and your friend Austin St. John, who wants to make fucking Hitler shirts, where your ass is banning people for asking you about Hitler shirts, which is like, what the fuck, man? You not gonna speak up on that shit? Probably fucking not. So you keep being a fucking coward that you are. You keep going on these little shows and you do your little fluff ass fucking interviews and you keep watching my ass. And the moment you fucking slip up, you do anything out of fucking line, you know my ass is gonna be there. I don't care if I make one fucking penny off of it. I'm gonna be there. I'll stop doing my shit just to make that one penny, to know that there's nothing you could do that's gonna get past my ass. And that is how he exposed himself, because he fucking watches my content. You know about me, just co-sign me. Come on and be like, yo, man, Henry, my bad, man. My bad. Just be like, my bad. Yeah, man, that shit at Six Flags, that shit happened, bro. But when you said telling people don't give that guy a platform, she watching me just like you. Now look, here's the thing, guys. He watches my shit. Like, bro, I was rooting for him. I did the fucking Black Ranger stream. I did that shit. Now look, and when I was doing that, I intentionally omitted shit from it just to like keep his image the way it was. And then shit start coming out, and then you start
challenging my manhood,
challenging people's manhoods, and then now it's like, bro, this is where shit go left. He's like, yo, you challenging my manhood? You challenging my manhood? Because look, it was getting heated.
this can't keep happening. You expect me to be cool with it. What's that mean? You challenging my manhood?
And then he's like, no, it's not a threat. He's like, oh, okay. Because I thought we was at Six Flags in this bitch, and, you know, we had turned up. Bro, I'm not a villain, man. I am not a villain. I'm just the only one with the balls to talk about. Look, here's my superpower. I don't give two shits if any Power Rangers, current, former, or past, come on my channel. Because I don't care about that, that gives me the ability to speak my mind on them and the fuck shit that they're involved in. Whether that be endorsing someone who wants to make Hitler shirts, or being friends with them, or being silent on the issues, or trying to, you know, stir up fans and tell people don't watch me. It's up on that shit. And they have no idea what to do with me. The community is in shambles. They like, Henry is making a video. They see themselves on the thumbnail like, oh shit, what did I do? Well, it's just your past coming back to haunt you. The roosters are coming home to roost. It's not what I wanted to do, but it's just because somebody got and take out the trash. Just call me the trash man. But anyway. Oh my goodness, man. You know, exactly. I don't need them on my channel. They watch my channel and reach out to people like Brent to try to do counter shit, counter PR, and be like, and it's not even me saying nothing. I'm not out here like defaming anybody. I'm like, hey, this is what this idiot said right here.
Hitler was, you know, a demon on steroids, but he had some pretty good one-liners.
What do you think of it? Oh, Hitler shirts. Well, in the context of things, Hitler shirts are fine, and my name is Brent. You like, oh my God.
Shut up, bitch.
It's just so bad. Sometimes I get beside myself. But Walter Jones, bro. Bro. Oh, because he's aligned with ASJ. He gotta do the I hate Henry shit. When he could just chill. But he can't help himself. He gotta go with everyone else. Now there's some other people who just stay quiet. And look, someone said, invite him on. This is when Brent was like, you should invite him on. I'm like, dude, I sent this agent an email, and it wasn't Zack Taylor McGinnis. It was some other guy. I sent him that. I saw him in person, like, hey, you should come on. He kept saying no. Now people can say, well, I'm only saying this because he didn't come on my channel. I was like, nah, bro. I run stories no matter what. With the exception of when I did the Black Ranger stream, I didn't cover your fucking DUI. Sorry. Okay, you got me. I wanted to be like, all right, I didn't want to bring another black man down. But you know, I didn't cover that shit. But you know, it is what it is. You know, this as my daughter say, if you watch the movie Wish, this is the thanks I get. Oh my goodness. Let's watch this girl's video again. Let's watch. I did comment on that shit. I'm like, did I say anything about David Yost? No one called me a liar, so I'm all good. Thanks for watching. They can say a lot of things about me, but they can never call me a fucking liar.
But this dude right here,
They themselves were fans and understand
his
how hard that is to do it. You know? So
thing
we wanted
is
to bring this to her and
on YouTube.
Jason Brent.
Good.
Henry Resilient. Henry HENRY space RESILIENT. Henry Resilient, or at Henry Resilient. But he's just, I mean, he's professional with.
Why she sound like she about to cry though? Like he's just going at my Power Rangers. Like what the fuck? What is her deal? Let's hear it.
With his shit, like he speaks well, but he's just like talking shit.
See what else we got? Oh. All right, I was watching some of this stuff.
The fuck is his deal?
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to
He's my
Austin's
French.
being a professional kickboxer in Thailand. I have to set this up.
Look, I'm up there cooking and shit. Like, look, come watch me cook, bitch. Yeah, I'm saying, come watch me cook. Watch me cook. Please watch me cook. And I think they removed the goddamn tag. And look at my petty ass. I like this. I like this reply. I liked it. Look, everyone like, Walter Jones, you acknowledge me. Oh my God.
Acknowledge me.
Oh my God, Walter. Like, dude, he acknowledged me every time I stream Power Rangers.
I guess people are sending
I
in.
don't believe you when I say ASJ was a professional.
People are sending in possible like
Like, no the hell he was.
questionable
I'm like,
facts about these people, these actors.
Questionable facts. Let's go. Facts.
And actresses. They're playing these Power Rangers. First of all, this dude, I don't know who you are, but don't talk shit about my David Yost. I ain't heard you say nothing about Amy Jo Johnson yet. But
Look. Oh shit. We need to get her on the channel ASAP. Should I slide into them DMs? I'm like, hey, I'd love for you to come on the platform and talk your shit.
Amy Jo is my favorite. And I bet I've met both David and Amy Jo so far in person. I haven't met any of the other ones yet. But either way, I don't care. I don't have to meet the other ones. Say, shut the fuck up if you're talking shit, because this is not cool, man. Amy and David, especially David, talking shit about David Yost. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me about David Yost?
See what happened is she just saw him on the stream and got triggered and be like, oh, he must be talking shit about them. I'm like, no, it was just Walter. David just was chilling.
He's one of the most sweetest fucking people, dude. I ain't gonna go into the story. Go watch my last live. I explain it. It's kind of a long one, but that's why I love Power Rangers and Pink Ranger is my favorite. And I talk about meeting David and I had no voice and I'm like you. He's like me. I'm like you. He's like me. It was funny. He's sweet and he took the time to like meet me. You know, like. And Amy,
she can't even fathom people not agreeing with her favorite Power Ranger. This might be Brent's match made in heaven right here. Brent, where you at?
Talk shit about these people, man. They're my heroes. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say shut the fuck up. People have the right to say whatever they want, but you know, I guess he's trying to debunk or bunk. I guess if that's a word.
Which one is it, lady? Is bunk or debunk?
People.
All right, that's that one.
Alexa, how much longer do I have on my timer?
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on your 8-minute timer on Alexa.
I have 1 minute and 30 seconds. Who just joined me? I don't even know. Alright, whoever just joined me, this dude is talking shit about the original Power Rangers. And especially about David Yost. I met David Yost in person. Man, this dude, I guess he's trying to debunk or I don't know what the hell he's trying to do. Okay, well, I
Look, she don't even know what I'm trying to do and she going in on my ass. She like, he talking shit about ASJ. This dude, Henry Reserve on YouTube, is talking shit about the original Power Rangers. They do, I don't know what to think. Like, what?
lost the person they went off my life. It's okay.
Nah, don't go harass this girl, y'all. Don't go harass her. She cool. I'm gonna try to get her on the show.
They're like, Power Rangers, what? Takes a special kind of person to like the Power Rangers. Anyway, I gotta go for now. Making chicken wings. I love you all, and I love all you Power Rangers. If you ever watch this, I'm gonna tag David and Amy in this shit.
Tag them, girl. They know about my ass too. They be watching. Oh shit!
Bullies.
Look, this is how you know someone is falling for that ASJ rhetoric when they start using it. Like, oh, he's bullying them. Like, what? I just said he got beat up at Six Flags. This is a true statement.
That's a truthful statement.
They make me turn into Lord Zed. I'm just kidding.
Bro, she is cooked. She said she gonna turn into Lord Zed. Oh my, we gotta get her on the show.
Okay.
This is how they train for kickboxing, right?
All right.
This is how they train.
He's talking shit about.
Like this.
All right, let's slide into them DMs. All right, everyone, we have a special guest in the biggity back. Let me bring her up in a second. I see Anna back there. We're going to get to know her. We're gonna watch her viral moment where she was calling me all sorts of bad things on the internet. Give me 1 second, Anna. I see you back there. What the hell is this? Why does it be doing this goofy stuff? Oh man, my computer is on some trash right now. Like one screen is doing some crazy stuff. All right. There we go. What the hell is going on? All right, give me 1 second, and I see you back there. I gotta get your clip loaded. And we're gonna bring you up. Share screen. OG Black hold on. Give me a second. And we still ain't we live, but we ain't live. All right, give me a Jesus Christ, setting this stuff up. All right, everybody. You may not recognize her now. Okay. But we have interacted before. She was calling me out. Let's just watch her original clip of her talking crazy about y'all.
This dude right here is dissing these OG Power Rangers. This is Henry Resilient. Henry, Henry, space Resilient. Henry Resilient, or at Henry Resilient. But he's just, I mean, he's professional with his shit. Like, he speaks well, but he's just like talking shit.
I think it's a little bit more to clip.
Is dissing these OG Power Rangers. This is David Yost, and this is Walter Jones.
So we got a hate watcher over here, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into it, because I don't think she a hate watcher. I've been seeing her in my comments section. Give it up for Anna Taylor Radio Podcast. How are you today, Anna? Thank you for taking time to come see me. What did you think when you saw that video originally?
Well, are you able to hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. So I'd long forgotten about that. I had no idea that you'd even picked it up or anybody even watched it, because usually when I go live, I mean, either just a couple people watch it or like nobody's on it. And I'll still go, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, whatever, wherever I go live at, you know, and sometimes there'll be like, at least from my perspective on my screen, it'll be like nobody's watching, but I'll just continue talking anyway. Or when I go live on I have a podcast show, or I'll go live and do my podcast show. But, you know, like I'm thinking like nobody watches it. And with some of the platforms, it'll save it, you know. But I had no idea or clue. I totally forgot about it. And then I had no idea that you'd even reached out and contacted me. Like I said, like I haven't been on Instagram in a while. I mean, I'm on and off there, but like I don't really necessarily get like immediate notifications, whether like messages and stuff. So like I downloaded this app and it combined all of my messages from all the platforms. And then I get all these messages from all kinds of people, including you, from like way over like a year, 2-3 years ago. And I'm like, these people have been messaging me for years. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, that message I sent her, guys, is over a year old. So she finally got back to me. I was like, whoa. And I scrolled up through our conversation. I was like, oh, this is her. This is her. So
yeah, I got back, but then I asked you, I was like, what video are you talking about? And you sent it to me, and I watched the video you sent where you did the reaction. I thought it was hilarious. Like, I thought my video was hilarious, like looking back on me, and then I thought your reaction video was hilarious too. And then I read the comments from your fans and from your followers, and I'm just like, I'm cracking up laughing because I look like a total idiot.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But
that
I was trying to stick up for the Power Rangers or the actors, whatever. I was just, you know, because I don't like bullies and stuff, and like I wasn't familiar with your content. I had just found you on YouTube, and I think that was like the first ever anything that I've watched of your stuff. So, you know, I wasn't familiar with what you do or anything. And to me, you know, and I have ADHD brain. So like, you know, you saw it was in the background. So I'm like doing a live, but yet I'm like multitasking. So I'm like doing a live, talking about whatever. I even mentioned I was doing chicken wings in the air fryer or something, making dinner. And then I had you in the background and I was just like overhearing whatever, you know, and then whatever went into my brain. And then I was like reiterating and see, I didn't understand, you know, like I was like, I'm thinking, is this guy a bully? Why is he dissing these people or being mean? Like, I just didn't understand because I'm not part of the whole drama of the Power Rangers or the actors or anything like that. I'm
Yeah.
not in that realm of things, and like I didn't know too much about who they are in real life or anything. Like at that point, I hadn't even met a real Power Ranger, except I finally met David Yost and Amy Jo Johnson like
Okay.
a little bit later after that video was made, but which I actually have. I took my pictures off the wall. I have a picture of me and Amy Jo. I could share with you guys. I took it off my wall,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I have I framed it. She personally gave me for free too. I didn't have to buy it. Her first issue of her first comic book that she came out with of her comic book series.
Really?
But yeah, and with see, I didn't get a picture with David because it's kind of a long story, but
Let's hear the story. Let's hear why you get.
Well, I went to go meet him in Roanoke, and I had no voice at all. Like, I mean, it was like really scratchy, and like it was really hard to talk. And because I had just gotten over COVID like 3 weeks prior, and from coughing and coughing and coughing, it just took my voice out. So anyway, I get to the Comic-Con, and so I went around all the tables, bro. And I was like, where's the David Yost table? Where's the David Yost table? Where's it? And nobody, like about 75% of these people, these vendors and stuff, didn't even know who I was talking about. I'm like, the Blue Power Ranger. Nobody knew who he was. Then finally I find somebody who knew who he was, and they're like, oh, well, the table's at the end of the thing. So I go to the end of the thing and I see a table. I was like, and I said, is this a table for David Yost? And they said, yeah. So I ended up waiting in line for over an hour, and they said he was going to be there at 3 p.m. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And then finally at like 5 minutes till 3, this lady comes out asking for these vouchers, and I didn't have one. And I'm like, what is the voucher for? And she's like, for pick ops. And I was like, pick ops? She's like, yeah, to get pictures. Did you order pictures or to get a picture? I'm like, no. And she's like, well, this is the line for the photo ops. And I'm like, they said this was his table. Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, where is he? So she's like, he's in the other end of the convention center. And I'm like, what do you mean the other end of the convention center? There's a whole nother, like, it was like such a huge, like, I had no idea there was a whole even another huge section. Like, I thought that was the section. So then I'm like, I'm power walking. I'm like going as fast as I can without running, trying to hurry up, get to his table before he leaves to come this way for the photo ops, because I wanted to talk to him about a situation when as a kid, when I used to play Power Rangers and stuff. So anyway, I'm like going as fast as I can. I get through the corridor, and right at the corridor, he's walking out and I'm walking in. So I was like, hey, but the thing is I was trying to talk to him, and I stopped him. I was trying to talk to him and tell him real quick, like, everything I wanted to tell him, when I was trying to meet him at the table and everything. And I was like, I was in the wrong line, and I waited in over an hour, and I was trying, but I had no voice coming out, and it was so loud around us. So like it was just me going, but the thing is he took the time, even though he was in a hurry to be on time, to the photo ops. He took the time and at least acted like he was listening. Obviously there was you couldn't hear nothing, but like he was like, yeah, like acknowledging, like nodding his head, like, yeah, and he was kind about it. And then whoever his PR person was like, we got to go, it was like rushing him out the door. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, I have no voice, and whatever. And then he's like, okay, bye. But he was nice about it. He took the time to stop and like actually give me a moment to talk about whatever I was trying to talk about, so it was pretty cool. So that was a quick meeting with him.
Okay.
And
So
I would, but yeah, and Amy Jo Johnson, it was the same convention center, but this time they did the Comic-Con in the one area, not this 2 areas like they did with David. But with Amy, I did get do the photo ops and order photo ops and stuff. So that one, whenever I got in line and I got into the like area with like curtains or whatever to take the photo, I brought her. See, I'm a spiritualist. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, and I do like crystals, candles, stuff like that. And I brought her some crystals to like just bring her love and like healing and whatever. So I gave her some crystals or whatever. And then I asked her, I was like, do you have any more comic books left? Because I want to buy one of your comic books. And she goes, I only got one left, but you know what? You can have it. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, after I'm done with photo ops, meet me at the table and I'll give you the last of my comic books. Yeah. So I did. I waited till her photo ops were done. I just walked around for a little while. And then I saw when she was walking to her table, and I went to the table and I met up with her, and she's like, hold on. She went and got the last comic book and she gave it to me. And I didn't even have to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, at what age, like you said you had a moment with David Yost, like you wanted to tell him something about something that happened in your childhood. What was that childhood moment that you wanted to share with him?
Well, when I was I think it was like 9, 10, 11, 12, that area of time when the Power Rangers was big and stuff. So, when I was a kid, I'm a former Florida foster care child that aged out of system. So that I'm going to get to that in a minute because that's part of the story too. But before going into foster care, when I was at home with my mother, I was an only child, and we lived in this apartment complex in Claremont, Florida, which is Lake County, right next to Orlando, Florida. And so there's really no other kids there. There was one other kid that was a resident there, which we were the only two resident kids there, and he had muscular dystrophy and he was in a wheelchair. And then there was another kid that had a grandma that was my neighbor that he would visit like sometimes during the week or on the weekends. So me and this kid that visited his grandma, like we would play Power Rangers every time he was there. And he was always the Red Ranger and I was always the Pink Ranger. And then the boy that was in the wheelchair, he couldn't, and I know this is dark humor, okay? But he couldn't really play Power Rangers, obviously, because he's in a freaking wheelchair. So he was Zordon, okay? Respectively. So we would play Power Rangers. And like I said, I was always the Pink Ranger. So as time went on, our area started to get more development, more townhouses, apartments, homes. They started building up the area in this part of Florida. And so as more people moved into the area, more kids were around. So as the more kids came in and started playing with us with Power Rangers, it started to get to the point where like, they would take up the like, I'm going to be the Black Ranger. I'll be the Red Ranger, Pink, blue, whatever, and then, it's like all the colors were taken up. So once that point came where all the colors were taken up and I had to lose out, I'm like, well, what freaking color am I going to be, So I was like, I'm going to make up a color. And some of them the kids were kind of mean. They're like, oh yeah, what color are you going to be? And I'm like, neon clear. And they're like, neon clear? What color is that? Which I didn't know. I just wanted to play Power Rangers. I played Pink Power Ranger first. I was there first, So anyway, I thought about neon clear. So then later on throughout the years, I kept, this memory kept popping in my head, miscellaneous throughout the years. And I'm like thinking, what does neon clear look like? So I'm thinking, then it dawned on me. I'm like, now that it's the future and stuff, I was thinking like holographic looking, kind of like a shimmery silver with like all the red, yellow, pink, blues, and, like kind of holographic, because neon clear, I don't know, like all the colors really, and kind of like shimmery and sparkly, I guess. So that was the color that came to mind or whatever, as far as like a new color of Power Ranger. But like, but yeah, shortly after that time or whatever, I ended up going to foster care. That was when I was age 12. And so I'm going to try to say this without getting emotional, because it was an emotional time, because foster care is very traumatizing for kids.
I only imagine.
I'm actually an advocate and activist.
I saw that. I saw you post a lot of stuff about alienated parents.
I'm an alienated mother myself, going through custody and stuff like that. But
I'm suing my ex for $32,000 for dragging me through court, only for me to maintain custody.
Yeah, these people. It's like, it's not about you. It's not about it's like, make it about the kids, and don't make your kids pawns. And that's what some of these parents do, and that's what these people have done. They've made my kids pawns in this fraudulent court scheme. And it is. The family courts are a fraud. So is CPS and foster care system.
Let him cook.
And it's just like it. And like a majority of the kids that are removed and put into foster care are wrongfully or illegally removed. Statistically, only 2% of kids who are removed and put into foster care needed removal or were from an actual abusive home. And then from that, that's only 2%. That's not even counting the other whatever percentage of kids who are abused in abusive homes who are not removed. So it's like backwards. It's like they're removing kids that shouldn't be removed, but not removing kids that need to be removed. And it's just messed up, and it's a whole the profiteering and trafficking kids is what they're doing. So because they'll adopt the kids out. And adoption, okay, and no offense if any adoptees or adopters hear this, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Adoption is straight up child slavery. You are literally having an agency or third party, what have you, whether it be CPS, an adoption agency, whatever. You are selling a child to complete strangers, or even if it's family members, doesn't matter. You are selling a child for tens and thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to people who are buying the child. They are selling and buying. It's a transactional thing. They're selling and buying children. Okay, period. Whether you had a good adoption or not, I don't care. You were sold and you were bought and paid for, okay? And that's the fact of the matter. And it's messed up. So, yeah. But when I went into foster care, I ended up after a few homes, because with foster kids, sometimes you bounce around. And it's like you could burp wrong and the foster parents will be like, okay, see ya. Yep. It's horrible. It's horrible. So I finally got into this foster home, the longest term one I was in. And he happened to be a Pentecostal preacher and had a church. So it didn't matter. We could be on our deathbed and we still had to go to church. Okay. It was like that. And I was born Jewish, and my mother, even though she was, got saved or whatever, became a born again Christian. So, she started taking me to Christian church. So I was like in both worlds as a kid. Like I was Jewish, but yet I went to church with my mom, Christian church. So I was exposed to both Christianity and being Jewish and whatever growing up.
In this story, David Yost is involved, right? The Blue Ranger at some point.
Well, so the Neon Clear Ranger, I had mentioned that to him on Instagram, and he actually responded to me on Instagram about it. And so then he private messaged me too. So that was so cool. Like I was like, oh my God, David Diller, because he was on a live first, and then I told him the story, and then he was talking about it on his live or whatever. And then I made a post about that on my Instagram, and then he ended up posting under my post and then private messaging me about it. So it was like really cool. And I was trying to tell him at the convention, I'm like, I'm the one that was talking about the Neon Clear Ranger. And I was on the Instagram. I was trying to explain to him who I was, because I know he would remember who I was, but I had no voice.
He would.
All right, whoever's watching this, just please watch till the end. This is so cool. So just hear me out. So as some of you may know, or maybe you don't, I don't know. Well, now you know. But I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, especially the original series. I'm actually still trying to catch up to current Power Rangers. Due to when I watched the original Power Rangers, I went into foster care as a kid, and I wasn't allowed to watch the series after that. So now that it's on Netflix and all over the place, I can catch up. But anyway, the original blue Power Ranger, Billy, who's played by the actor David Yost, did an Instagram Live, and I asked a question on his feed, and he answered me. So before I get to that part, let me first explain my question, or why I asked it, which was, I asked him, is there such thing as a holographic color Power Ranger? Now, the explanation behind this is, when I was a kid, at first it was just me and another kid who would play Power Rangers all the time. He was always the Red Ranger, and I was always the Pink Ranger. But as more kids moved into the neighborhood and, played Power Rangers with us, the Yellow Ranger, the Pink Ranger, all the colors would be taken up. And I was always the last to get to choose anything, and by then, I didn't have a color to choose. So that kind of left me out sometimes. So I would be included and be able to play Power Rangers. I made up my own color Power Ranger, and I would be like, well, I'm going to be the Neon Clear Power Ranger. Well, what's Neon Clear? I didn't really know. But a couple months ago, I started pondering these memories, and I'm like, what would a neon clear Power Ranger look like? And I thought, like the actual suit, you know, the color. I'm like, it probably would look holographic, you know? Wouldn't that be cool? Like all the colors put together, just hologram, you know? And to my knowledge, I, as far as I know, didn't think that there has been a neon clear or holographic color Power Ranger, but now it's been confirmed through David Yost, who played the original Blue Power Ranger, Billy, that there hasn't been one created or thought of yet. Cool. So anyway, this was his response to my question, and I'm so appreciative that he took the time to choose my comment and talk about it and validate it, and it was just really cool. It was really awesome. Thank you, David Yost. You're awesome, man.
All right, let's see. Is there such a thing as a holographic color ranger? A holographic color ranger? Well, gosh, where'd that go? That's from artography_inc. Listen, artography_inc. I only play a nerd on TV. I only play a smart person on TV. I'm not really smart in real life, so I don't even really know what you're asking me. I imagine it's possible because I believe all things are possible. But as far as I know, there hasn't been a holographic color ranger to date. Not to say it's not going to happen, but we'll find out, right? So, great question. I'll have to ponder that and look into it, see what I can make happen for you.
So cool. Thank you, David Yost. So, but like when I went into foster care and I went into this preacher's home, we were not allowed to have anything that was not Christian, period. Like not at all, nothing. Everything had to be godly and Jesus and everything. So like, you know, because I was so into Power Rangers, and with me, I was bullied, okay? And like I was even traumatized, like even prior to being put into foster care. Like my mom's a narcissist, so I dealt with narcissistic abuse from my mother my whole life. And I was bullied, like really badly, severely bullied. And I dealt with a lot of other trauma, whether it be through assaults as a child, like I don't want to say the word, but starts with S, assaults as a young child, or M, if you get what I'm saying, whatever, from a young age or whatever. So I've been through a lot of trauma with that. And so to escape that trauma, to escape the abuse, to get my anger or aggression out, or my express my feelings, or just to get that energy out of me. That's why I loved physically playing Power Rangers, because to me, you know, like the show had good morals and teaching kids good things and good lessons and things like that. So like, you know, I wasn't taught that by adults. I wasn't being taught that. They taught me that, you know, even though it was just a TV show.
It's funny you mention that, because we just watched a bunch of PSAs by Power Rangers from back in the day of messages similar to the one you're saying.
Well, they have a true impact, you know, especially on kids, and especially on kids who are trying to escape trauma. You know, it's like you want to get away from that, and you gear towards what's good and what's positive. And so, you know, they kind of taught me how to stick up for myself, or how to become stronger, and how to like love myself, appreciate myself, and that I'm worthy. You know, I'm you know, there's nothing wrong with me, you know, and all these bullies were just mean people. And so when I got this energy out playing the Power Rangers and stuff, it got whatever it was in me out, and that's how I coped with everything. So then when I went into foster care, my foster parents would not allow me to watch Power Rangers. I wasn't allowed to play Power Rangers or even mention Power Rangers, nothing.
So how'd you get your Power Ranger fix then? Or was that
I didn't. That's the thing. They took it away from me. Like, and like I said, I don't want to get emotional, because like when I talk about it, I usually cry. But they took my heroes away from me. They did. And it really hurt me a lot, because then I didn't have an outlet to run to or express myself with or anything. You know, I had to go to Jesus or the altar, or, you know, and they shoved the, you know, Christianity down my throat, and I had to go to church every single time we had to go, you know, and he was a pastor. So then we had revivals, and if a revival was going on, that's like every single day I had to go to church. So no Power Rangers whatsoever.
When did you reconnect with your love for Power Rangers? At what age?
Well, after I got out of foster care, there was a lot of years up until like basically till, just a few years ago, maybe 5, 10-ish years ago, that are, streaming and, the internet and stuff like that really blew up, like really got big, and Comic Cons came around, and, stuff like that. And all of our old nostalgic, TV shows and movies that we all grew up with and love and things like that, the actors and people's, from these nostalgic things, and even books and stuff, comic books, stuff like that, started getting big again. And now you can go to Comic Cons and actually meet these people for like $20 a ticket or something. It's like cheaper, however much, whatever. And you can actually meet them now. And it
So-
really grew in the past whatever years. So like
who all have you met outside of David Yost and Amy Jo Johnson?
just David Yost and Amy Jo Johnson. And then
Who's
Walter has commented a couple times under my thing.
we seen what Walter said about.
And then I think Austin's responded to me a few times too, but I can't remember for what.
Okay. All right. Well,
But yeah, but so for until like really till Facebook hit, I know we had MySpace, that was maybe the beginning of it, but like until Facebook hit, that's when I really started getting connected with people. And then it just blew up in the past decade or so, so for the longest time until, the past 5, 10 years, I was in the dark, I didn't know nothing. I'm still catching up with the Power Rangers. Like I watched the Power Rangers channel on the Roku or whatever, trying to catch up with the different seasons and the different change and the different types of Power Rangers and stuff, and like different movies and things like that. Like I'm still like, I'm not caught up because I wasn't allowed to watch any of it, and like even when I was in foster care, like I was 14 years old. So I went in at age 12. This was 2 years later. My foster sister was babysitting like the next street over. So my foster dad was like, go check on Trish. I was like, okay. So I go over there, and these people had this huge shelf of movies, VHS movies and stuff. So she went to go in the back to, like, I guess, change baby's diaper or something. And I'm looking at their movies and everything, and I spot the Power Rangers movie, the first one. And I was like, oh my God, they made a movie? And I was like, and I haven't even.
You've been locked up. You didn't know.
Yeah, so I grab it off the shelf and I look at it, and I turned around and I read to see what it was about, what the story line was, and I was just like, I was like freaking out. I was like, holy crap! I was like, they made a movie. I was like, who's in it? Is everybody in it? And I had no idea where it was at now at times, So she came out. She was kind of mean to me, but she came out, and I was like, Trish, I was like, they got the Power Rangers movie. Oh my God! She's like, so what? And I'm like, please, I was like, and I knew I couldn't take it home and watch it. So I was like, can you please let me watch it here? Please, please, please. I was like, please don't tell Dad. We called our foster dad. Please don't tell Dad. I was like, please, can I watch it here? I'm begging, please. I haven't seen the Power Rangers since before I, came to, his name, Joe and Phyllis, to their home or whatever. And she's like, no. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, she's like, no, just because. You're not going to watch it. And I'm like, come on. I was like, you go and you drink their vodka, and then you like replace it with water. You're underage drinking while you're babysitting, and I can't watch the Power Rangers. Like, come on, And she wouldn't let me watch it, so I had to put it back on the shelf. And I wasn't no black.
See it? When did you finally see the movie?
Well, I still haven't seen the very first one yet because I don't know where it is to watch it. I've only seen the most recent one, actually, that they came out on Netflix. So as far as the movies, I haven't really seen any of the movies yet because I don't know where I can watch them at. But the only thing that I've seen besides the current one, the newest one or whatever on Netflix, is the shows that they show on like whether Roku channel or like it's like nonstop, but it's like they'll show like the original Power Rangers, and then the next episode or the next thing that comes on will be like 3 more down the line or like years later Power Rangers or the Sentai.
Okay, let me stop you. Do you know that the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie is on YouTube?
I didn't know that. But is it free to watch?
Yeah, I'm about to actually send it to you.
Word? Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm actually about to send it to you right now.
And it's I know it sounds so stupid. It's like, and like with these TV shows and stuff, like, I'm an emotional person anyways, but either way, it's like, I know it's just a stupid TV show. They're just characters. They're just people playing characters. But that's the power of, like, when you have fame and you have that platform, people listen and people are watching, whether adults or youngins, especially if it's youngins, like we're like sponges, when you're young, you like really intake stuff.
Okay.
And but yeah, like especially with the Power Rangers, I mean, I'm
Well-
sure there were a lot of people's childhood heroes. And
Here, and I got a deal for you, right? I sent you the movie. We want you to go watch it, and then the next time I stream, come on back and give us your opinion. How about that?
okay.
All right, because I got another person I got to get up here, but we thank you for talking crap about me back in the day, and now that we got that.
I wasn't talking crap. I was defending people
All right,
because
thank
I
you
didn't
for
understand
defending.
why you were talking what you were talking. So
Well, yeah, I'm not the most liked in the Power Ranger community, if you haven't noticed. So
I consider you controversial, but it doesn't mean that you're an evil person. You know what I
There we
mean?
go.
You know what I
we
mean?
go. I appreciate.
But
that.
everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good, bad, or sucky or whatever. You know,
That is true. So
it doesn't mean you're evil. So, and everybody can learn from their ways. So if you are doing something that's hurting or harming people, you have the opportunity to be a better person and be better the
And
next day.
I wish I sincerely wish you good luck in getting some custody of your kids back. You know,
And same to you with yours.
I've been in the system for the last 4 years. I'm fighting the good fight.
I'm going to send you a link to a group of activists and advocates
Okay.
for a family court. And trust me, you're going to want to be part of this group. So I'll send you a link too.
All right. Well, thank you, Anna, so much for coming up. You have a great day. All right.
You and everybody that's watching, you are worthy. You are loved. Keep going. Don't give up.
All right. Thank you, Anna. That was Anna, everybody. Jesus Christ. It was a great guess. Power Rangers may have saved her life growing up, and then she got separated only for her to, reconnect back when. And I sent her the movie. So she was a fast talker for sure. You had to pay attention. Someone said they blinked and she was on to the next story. But we're going to get her back up here for a movie review. She was awesome. You like her, Pirate Bell? All right, Pirate Bell. All right, Pirate Bell liked their shit. Let's go. Her relationship with Power Rangers, respect to her. Life story was so insightful. Yeah, she's a survivor. A survivor.